Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Don't Trade with Zay, cause you might fuck around and get the bag. And we're back at it again with another video. And in today's video, we caught an absolute banger. I just looked over the trade I caught this morning, and bro, that shit was crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna get right into it, and then I'm gonna tell y'all what I saw. So bam. So if I zoom out to the 15-minute time frame, higher time frame, I seen that price, was bullish. It had got out this selling range that we had, last week. It pushed up bullish, so I'm like, okay. I seen this fair value gap on the 15-minute, seen it barely wick into it and start projecting to the upside. So I'm like, okay, cool. I seen that internally here, if I'm marking up structure, that it broke to the downside, but I was seeing it more as a liquidity grab, because sometimes you'll have price action. Like today, it'll print bullish, it'll break, it'll fake people out into thinking that it's gonna sell, but in reality, it continues up higher. So that's my game plan. So hopping on into the day, I marked everything up. I then went another step further and marked out my liquidity. So I seen here that we had trendline liquidity. So stop losses being here, equal highs up here, so stop losses up there. I seen that before 8 o'clock, price went ahead and took that aggressively and then rejected up higher, respecting that low. So then now my expected target would be these equal highs. So I just let price play out until 9 o'clock as usual. So we see here that those highs got taken out, and we had that that break, fake people out. Since we're up here, I did want to see a sell play, so we could break up higher, then pull back. The sell was to catch the pullback, so that we could find a place to buy it back up. So much just continue to play it out. In the morning, it's looking pretty bullish. I was still sitting on my hands because I didn't want to take these plays, because overall I understand that when price takes out highs and lows, it tends to pull back from where it came from. So I waited for that. So we're still waiting. So it's currently 9 o'clock now, and I'm looking for positions. Since I had this model here, I use quarterly theory behind my trades as well. I see here that we accumulated Q1, manipulated in Q2 to the downside and the upside. Now we should distribute, and my theory was that it was going to distribute to the downside, so we could buy it back up. But overall, I'm looking for a sell. So now I'm gonna just wait till the structure changes. Like there, I seen structure change, so now I drew a fib after price made its move. I drew a fib from the highs up here to the new low that it made. Old me would have probably entered that 0.5 entry, but I did not want to take that. I seen that price broke structure again, so I extended my fib, and I did not play this fib in here because price could have taken us out if we placed our stop loss here, and could have retraced higher. But I did peep this, and I seen that it ended up playing out, which is cool. So then I had seen on the 5-minute that we had the supply zone here, and I still felt like we needed to retrace down lower on the higher time frame to buy up. So I just waited on the 1 minute. I drew another fib. I know it's a lot of drawings here. I'll delete some. So then I drew a new fib after that one got drawn. And I seen that on TradingView, XAU USD went up and tapped 0.61, but on Alpha Futures, Project X on the futures, it did not tap the 0.61, so no entry for me here. But if it would have had tapped on my funded platform, then I would have had got in. My entry would have looked something like this, going for my 1-to-1 like that, target hit, and then, you know, stop loss to break even, holding for more like that. If I were to hold them more, I would have had held it, trying to see if like just like a demand zone over here, so something like that. So after price, you know, broke down further, I did not want to take any more sells, even though price was printing, you know, really cleanly to the downside. I just sat on my hands because I knew the buy play was probably gonna come. So either price was gonna continue to go higher from here, or it was gonna do a liquidity sweep and then go higher. So I just waited patiently on my hands. I waited for the structure to change internally in here. So as you can see here, price was making lower lows and lower highs. This came like this, still didn't break that, and then it broke down lower, and we're here now. If I zoom out to the 5-minute, before that candle prints, I see that it like wicked below and, you know, kind of wanted to hold above. Same thing with the next candle. I seen that it just like kept wicking, and then I had that move up to the upside right here. So then I was like, okay, if price wants to go bullish, it would make this flip on the lower time frame, and this is a good high probability zone for it to do that. Why? Because it would mean that price did a second liquidity grab. Because remember, if we look at the past, price did something like, we're expecting something like this, right? And then price is doing that in here. Price is doing bam, 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 sweep here to go higher. So now you have it twice, you know, now you have it twice. So that just makes it more high prob. So I'm gonna show y'all on the funded that when that happened, when we had that switch up to the upside, this very small move internally to the upside, you got to be quick with it. So bam, we broke up to the upside, then I drew my fib from this low to the high, and since I'm playing with the smaller range, I'm okay with it tapping 0.5 and not coming any further, because I'm on the seconds. Like, I'm like, this is a small range, you know. So internally, watch this, get that out the way. So internally, price is coming down, pulls up, comes down, and then breaks. Once I seen that break in here, after tapping that 0.5, I went ahead and got in, popped a contract, and then I brought my SL to where I needed it to, and then I seen how much I was risking, so then I popped another contract, and then I was risking in total like 150. I should have popped like another one, but this was like a low risk. I wanted to take a low risk on it, you know, since it was just like a lower time frame switch and, you know, all that good stuff. But I did have confluences to the upside, so I just wanted to go ahead and, you know, pop that one, bam, and then go for my, since I was doing that, I was actually like, you know what, if it goes for my 1-to-1, I'm gonna go ahead and break even. So when my 1-to-1 hit right there, I went ahead and went break even like that. And then price retraced back down, almost took me out, almost. Like, that shit was so close. And then that shit went back up. I saw that shit live. I was like, damn. So when I was back up, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, take a contract off. Fuck it. Pop the contract off. I was like, okay, cool. Now, you know, I made some money. I'm break even. Now I'm trying to see if price can go to my overall target, which is over here. You know, that's what I had. And then, you know, price was playing around, broke structure to the upside, broke down. Price was playing around in here. I was thinking about moving my SL right here, but then I decided to, since I was like floating like 100, and you know, I was a little down on my account, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and just collect these profits. So I moved my stop loss to $100, and if it tagged me out, then it just tagged me out, and it did there. But then if you look at it, if I would have just stayed break even, just fuck it, you know, just let it ride, it just went crazy. Ended up hitting the target. As you can see here, I'm gonna just play it up in here. Breaks to the upside, you know, you could draw a new fib in there. And if it pulls back right there, take your entry. Breaks to the upside. If it pulls back in, then you can look for another entry. It did not. And if it pulls back, you know, etc., etc. All right, your target got hit. And yeah, that's basically what happened. It did a liquidity sweep and a liquidity sweep. So I just took that, you know, and yeah, it just bagged off of this. Made like 240, you know, a little, you know, back at a little bit in profits on the funded. So, you know, that's good. But yeah, guys. Oh yeah, and then the other cool thing about my entry was that, bro, I want y'all to peep something. So when I popped the button right, you know, I popped it right here. Bam, I'm only in drawdown for like 10 seconds. 10 seconds of drawdown. And everything after that was just straight profits. You'll still be up right now. You know what I'm saying? You saw no profits after those 10 seconds max. It was just straight profits. That was the crazy part for me. You know, price just went to the upside, didn't look back. If I was still holding that, you know, that's crazy. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to show y'all my trade from today. If y'all want to see more videos, give this video a like, comment what you want to see next, give your boy a subscribe, you know what I'm saying, giving y'all some gems, what I'm doing. But yeah, guys, I'll see y'all in the next one.